13 Strange Facts You'll Never Believe Are True, Part 4. Number 1. A nighttime rainbow is referred to as a moonbow. You might be able to see a rainbow if a storm passes and the sun starts shining. But did you know that at night, you can see the same amazing things? Moonbows, also known as lunar rainbows, are extremely rare phenomena that are brought about by the reflection, refraction, and dispersion of light. They typically occur most frequently in locations with mist and waterfalls. For you to be able to see it, there must also be a moon that is close to full. Number 2. Bumblebees can ascend Mount Everest by air. Bumblebees can reach the summit of Mount Everest, and if you thought humans could do it, you'll be surprised to learn that they can, too. Shocked at how high they could fly, the researchers who tracked two bees that could fly more than 29,525 feet, 9,000 meters, which is higher than Everest. Number 3. The Terminator cost $1 to buy. In 1984, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton starred in The Terminator, which grossed $78.3 million worldwide. The franchise eventually made more than $1.4 billion, which isn't bad for a movie whose rights sold for $1. James Cameron was just an unknown filmmaker with an ambitious idea before he became famous for directing movies like Titanic and Avatar. He gave up the rights to the script for a small sum in exchange for being allowed to direct the movie in order to make his movie. Cameron later admitted that despite the project's eventual success, he regrets having sold such a valuable story for such a low price, saying, "I wish I hadn't sold the rights for $1. If I could only send back something as brief as a tweet using a tiny time machine, it would be wish I hadn't sold the rights for $1. Number 4. An organism with a vanishing butt was discovered by scientists. There is a butt that disappears in the comb jelly, which is also known as the warty comb jelly, sea walnut, or Namiopsis lydii. There is no documentation of a transient anus in any other animals that I know of, said Sidney Tom of the Marine Biological Laboratory in Woods Hole, Massachusetts, to New Scientist. When the animal is not peeing, it is not visible. The microscope reveals no trace. To me, it's invisible. Number 5. An attempt to sell New Zealand on eBay was made. From Justin Timberlake's half-eaten French toast to a grilled cheese sandwich with the face of the Virgin Mary, odd items have been sold on eBay. However, the listing for New Zealand had to be one of the strangest ever. That is correct. In 2006, a Brisbane, Australia, man attempted to sell New Zealand on eBay. The country was described as having the dodgiest American Cup win ever and very ordinary weather in the listing. The absurd auction piqued a lot of interest despite those selling points. After receiving 6,000 hits and 22 bids, the selling price for New Zealand reached $3,000 after the initial bid of 1 cent. At some point, eBay discovered the auction and removed it from its website. At the time, a spokesperson for eBay Australia stated the dodgiest American Cup win ever. Number 6. A London tomb is said to be a teleportation chamber or time machine. The Brompton Cemetery in London is the source of some bizarre beliefs. Hannah Courtoy, who was well known for her admiration for the astrological, and possibly mystical, wisdom of ancient Egyptians, is buried there. Along with 2 of her daughters, she is buried there in a 20-foot-tall granite mausoleum with a pyramid peak and an Egyptian hieroglyphic-adorned bronze door. In addition, there is a keyhole in the entryway. However, the key that opens it was misplaced, which, along with Courtoy's history, led to the tomb's peculiar reputation. There is a local legend that suggests it is a time machine rather than a tomb due to the fact that no one has been able to enter to either confirm or refute superstitious suspicions. However, according to historian Stephen Coates, it's not a time machine. It is a chamber for teleportation. Number 7. Babies are made to cry for good luck by sumo wrestlers. In most countries, parents try to stop their children from crying, but in Japan, this is not always the case. This is due to the 400-year-old Japanese custom that a sumo wrestler's ability to make your baby cry indicates that they will live a healthy life. Parents hand over their infants to sumo wrestlers during a special ceremony, who bounce and sometimes even roar in their faces to make the little ones cry. He's not a baby who cries a lot, but today he cried a lot for us, and we are very happy about it, Mei Shige, the infant's mother, stated at an event in 2014. Number 8. In 2016, a mouse was successfully captured by a 155-year-old mousetrap. It turned out that the phrase "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" applied to a very early version of the mousetrap. Colin Pullinger, an inventor, presented his perpetual mousetrap in the middle of the 1800s and claimed that it would last a lifetime. Pullinger could still make that claim a century later. Even without any bait, the 155-year-old device, which is on display at the Museum of English Rural Life in England, was able to catch a mouse that got inside in 2016! In an effort to construct a nest, the mouse entered the trap and ended up activating its seesaw mechanism. The rodent unfortunately perished. However, the perpetual mousetrap clearly does. Number 9. A human could swim through the veins of a blue whale. The largest living thing is the blue whale, which is even larger than most dinosaurs. Blue whales can grow to be more than 100 feet long and weigh more than 100 tons. The size of a small car and the weight of their hearts alone can reach 1,300 pounds. It should come as no surprise that blue whales have large arteries that carry blood to their vital organs and through their enormous hearts. Although you shouldn't try, these arteries are so large that even an adult could swim through them. Number 10. Crying brings joy to your life. It's known as a good cry for a good reason. Endorphins, our body's natural painkiller, and feel-good hormones like oxytocin have been shown to be increased by crying, according to research. Ultimately, smiling more will result from crying more. Number 11. Astronauts from other countries must be able to speak Russian. All astronauts who want to go to the International Space Station, ISS, must be able to speak Russian because the ISS's modules and operations are in Russian. Some astronauts have claimed that the most difficult part of their training was learning this new language. To attain a reasonable level of Russian fluency, English-speaking astronauts can anticipate spending 1,100 class hours, according to the Foreign Service Institute of the United States State Department. That's twice as much time as it usually takes to learn other languages like Dutch, French, and Spanish. Number 12. A dentist invented the electric chair. Dr. Alfred P. Southwick, a dentist, witnessed a drunk man quickly die after touching a live electric generator in 1881. Southwick quickly realized that electricity could be a quicker and more humane method of execution than hanging. The electric chair was born as a result, and it was first used in 1890. Southwick eventually worked out the kinks. Even though it wasn't successful at first, a second jolt was needed. Electric chairs and cotton candy, what else will dentists consider? Number 13. Only once has the creator of Comic Sans used it. The classic cute, light-hearted, casual, and appropriate for a child's birthday party invitation is Comic Sans. However, it also comes across as immature and unprofessional, and it has been dubbed the font that people detest the most worldwide. Vincent Connor created Comic Sans in 1995, but not even he likes it. Comic Sans has only been used once by me. I wrote them a letter in Comic Sans, saying how disappointed I was because I was having trouble changing my broadband to Sky, he told The Guardian. I was reimbursed £10. We think it's worth it.